So Deborah Porter, correct?
Correct.
Correct. So we're here today. We wanted to talk to you a little bit about your story. I understand you have an awesome story to share with people about what you're going through, but your life in general. I understand that you have a couple of things going. You're a breast cancer survivor.
Yes.
Yes. And you are now going through what we call ALS, but the public probably more familiar with Lou Gehrig's disease.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit. Let's start with the breast cancer, your date of diagnosis. Just tell us a little bit about, how that came about and your reaction, how you handled that.
Yes. I was diagnosed on December 15, 2005. And the way I was diagnosed was interesting. I had a biopsy on December 6th, set my appointment up for December 16 at 3:45, and received the call on December 14th saying, Deborah, I'm calling for you to make your appointment for your consultation. So I said, I made my appointment for my consultation. What are you talking about? I said, it's December 16th at 3:45. And I was like, Jessica, you calling to tell me I have breast cancer? No, Miss Porter, no, but I don't have an appointment for you. I said, Jessica, I'm not coming. I'll be there Friday at 3:45. And so she said, hold on. So she went and believed that she's not coming until Friday. And so she came back to the phone and said, Miss Porter, you have an appointment at 8:45, and hung up. And so I was like, wow. So I went back to my meeting. I had shared earlier that I was in a meeting, and I went back to my meeting and told my manager I won't be in tomorrow until later because I'm going to the hospital to be told that I have breast cancer, and they flipped out.
They flipped out.
Flipped out.
You maintained composure, but they flipped out.
Yes. And so it was interesting because I didn't know Jessica. It was in the end of the day. I didn't know Jessica had called my husband and was trying to find me. So he says, Debbie, why was Jessica trying to find you? I said, Jessica crazy because she thought I hadn't made my appointment for my biopsy. And so he said, did you make your appointment? I said, yeah, I made my appointment. And so then he said, I must have been looking a little off because Frank said to me, what's wrong? I said nothing because I had decided, I was already healed. And I said, I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm going to do this, God and me. We're going to do this together.
Right. Wow. Excellent. Excellent.
And so then, we was driving home, and he asked again, what's on your mind? So I said, I can't lie to him, my husband. So I just told him. I said, well, I'm going to go to the hospital tomorrow, be diagnosed with breast cancer. Well, why are you saying that? I was like, because, I explained I made my appointment, and now she's acting like I didn't make my appointment. And then, it was quiet in the car. Right. It was silent. We drove home. And next day he decided he wasn't going to go to work. He was going to go with me.
Okay.
So he went into work, and we went to the hospital, and sure enough, they said, you have breast cancer. And I said, okay, I want a radical.
Deborah, you said something about the silence in the car as you and Frank were driving to the hospital. So not one word out of Frank through that whole trip?
Actually, it was silence coming home that day.
Coming home that
day after being notified that I have this appointment.
So let's talk about Frank. How did he take it? You were okay. You'd made peace.
I made peace.
And you were sending that message to him that you were okay. So how was Frank?
Well, he seemed quiet. He was looking, I can see it was heavy on his mind. What does this mean? Without saying, what does this mean?
Right.
And then I guess because we were both thinking, he ended up saying it's gonna be okay, and I said, Amen. It's gonna be okay. You're right. And then he says, we'll get through this. And I said, so when you having your surgery, you're gonna get through this, So I try to make light of it, but it was good.
Humor helps sometimes. It's for us, is it not?
Yes, it was.
It's for us to maintain composure.
Yes.
How long have you and Frank been married?
31 years.
31 years. So that what's that song we call Stand by Your Man. In this case, Stand by Your Woman. So that's a good thing. You have children?
2 sons, yes.
2 sons, and they are adults?
Adults, 2 adults on 38 and 31.
And they were very supportive through.
Very supportive, both to breast cancer and Lou Gehrig's disease.
Okay, which we'll talk a little bit about in a minute.
Okay.
Deborah, we just finished talking with you a little bit about your first experience, breast cancer. Now, what makes your story so amazing is that you deal with one thing, and now we're experiencing another.
Yes.
You're now going through what is called, more commonly known, Lou Gehrig's disease. The medical term, I believe, and correct me if I don't get this right, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis.
Yes.
ALS.
Correct.
Let's talk a little bit about that. I don't know if as many people are as familiar with that disease as they are with breast cancer. You were diagnosed with that
May 18, 2009.
Amazing. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your life since then, a little bit about how this disease affects you.
The disease has, me personally, affects my arms and shoulders and hands, wherein I can't hold anything in my hand or carry or lift. Can't hold my arms up over my head or anything. It's progressed to the point where my husband has to do basically everything for me: feed me, dress me, bathe me, clothe me, personal hygiene as well. So it's been tough. It's a heart disease, very progressive. If you don't know Jesus, you can't go through this in your right mind.
Right. And you are able to walk, though.
Thank God.
Yes.
Yes.
So you are able. So you do have some mobility that you can walk.
I can walk.
Okay.
Yes, the Lou Gehrig's disease can affect each one differently. Some folks in my group, my support group that we go to, there are many that can't walk. There are people that it starts off in their breathing area, wherein I was blessed it was my arms and not my legs. To me, it's more confining if you can't walk.
Okay.
And so I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed that I can still walk, and I just can't do the personal things I like to do, and the independence, it's gone, and that's hard for me. I've always been an independent person.
I would say is that probably more difficult for you losing the independence as opposed to having the disease.
Exactly. Very true. That is so true.
Well, in a moment here, we're going to take a break, and we're going to bring your husband in and chat with him a little bit.
Okay.
Deborah, we've just talked now, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, and we understand that it affects the nerve cells of the brain and the spinal cord, which goes through the muscles throughout the body. So, Frank, tell us a little bit about how this has affected your relationship, whether it's brought you together, your daily life.
Yes, it has definitely brought us. We were close anyway, but we are closer together now because we spend more time together due to her needs.
Right.
Also, I guess the family, as far as a whole, whereas her kids always call her like her kids are my kids, but like I always say her kids, but like they always call and check on their mama. And he goes back to days of college. I would say, hey, don't worry about dad. Your mama wants to hear from you.
Right.
So basically, in that regard, the family structure as itself it's a closer bond, I believe.
Now it has affected her, as she said earlier, her limbs. So she's not able to do simple things like brush her teeth or eat. And so you step in.
Yeah.
And you take care of all the day-to-day.
The day-to-day from the time the alarm goes off at 4:30, 4:45 in the morning. Okay. I have to assist her of getting out of the bed. Goes to the bathroom. She brushes it. Brush her teeth after brush it. Well, she has a electric toothbrush, so I put the toothpaste on that and managed to pick up her hands to the vanity and it's placed that, and then she bends over and she can hold it, for about I guess a minute and a half.
Okay. But everything else, as far as
Everything else, you know.
cleaning the house, the laundry, all of those things, you stepped in.
Yeah.
You've become very proficient, very efficient at doing
very
that.
domesticated.
We'd like the husbands to know that all things are possible. You can do it, and it won't kill you, right?
It won't.
That's
It really
awesome, awesome story. My goal is to share this story with people and pray that it inspires others to know that you can do anything that you set your mind to. And you guys have been together for a while. I understand you do an excellent job in taking care of her in the day-to-day needs. So I pray that this story lifts up other people's spirit and inspires them that they can do this too. That it is not the end.
And
It's
they
just
have to have
another
God.
beginning. Yes, and the faith.
Yeah.
It's important that we have faith. With faith, absolutely. We can move mountains.
Yes, exactly.